Jeez Louise. Okay. Okay. Welcome to day one of my 21-day sprint to be consistent with something. Consistency is something that I have really struggled with when it comes to trying to achieve certain goals in my life. And I'm noticing as I get older how this habit is really affecting me. It's affecting me in my finances, in my career, and in my health. And I wrote down one other area, in my mindset. So I have just gotten to the point where I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And now I really am trying to push myself to do something about it, but to do it in a way that doesn't make me just want to quit or fall back like I have in the past. So I really have been journaling a lot lately, reflecting and thinking about how can I do this in a way that is going to keep me on track to getting to my goals, and to do it in a way that's a joyful journey where I'm really learning, growing, and appreciating the steps that I'm taking to move forward instead of getting bored, burnt out, and frustrated. So I thought about four key areas in my life that I am trying to improve. And I already named them, but I'll name them again, which is my mindset, my health, my finances, and my career. And I thought about what are some ways that I can stay consistent in these areas in the next 21 days so that I can see actual progress instead of being frustrated after like a week or two and then burning myself out. The goal after this first 21 days is to reflect on how I did and to see if there's anything that I need to adjust before moving forward into the next 21 days. So really, I'm just trying to do like a little avalanche of progress in a way that makes me excited and reflective and can actually see how I'm growing in the progress or the process. Because I think a lot of times when I have set goals in the past, it's more so been like, I have this big, huge goal and I just need to hurry up and get to it. And this way, it's more like I do have a big, huge goal, but if I break it down into smaller goals, this will keep up the excitement and momentum and prevent me from trying to quit and not getting anywhere except for being back in the same cycle of disappointment of how my life is progressing. So I want to share with you a little bit about the things I plan on doing from today until April 17th. So today is March 28th, 2026, and the 21-day cycle ends on April 17th. So let's start with mindset. For this, I plan to journal every day and read something every day that helps with my mindset. This is typically something that I would want to do first thing in the morning and also in the evening. It doesn't have to be a long, drawn out thing that I do for 2 hours. It can be anywhere from 5 minutes to more if I choose to. But the point is, every day I need to really better connect with myself, the vision I have for myself, and how I plan to get there, and making sure that I stay in the mindset of why I want to do this and the type of person that I want to be. The second thing is health. In the past, I've had a vision and goal of how I wanted my body to look. And I still have that vision and goal, but as I get older, I think it's even more so important to just have a consistent movement plan. Now, I'm not going to be moving 7 days a week. The goal is to walk at least 5 days a week and to do some kind of muscle strength training type thing 2 days a week. In the past, I would feel so guilty if I didn't work out hardcore for like 5 days a week. Now the focus is to do movement still, at least 5 days a week, but to be mindful and more gentle and understanding of my body. So walking right now is the thing that brings me the most joy, the most consistent movement. And then as far as doing some kind of strength training, I really got to figure out what I can do so that I'm not injuring myself and burning myself out like I've done in the past, because again, my body is different as a woman in her 40s. So I have to remember that I'm not in my 20s anymore, and to do things that are consistent with both my goals and my long-term health. Finances, this is a tricky one because I have goals of being a millionaire, right? But I haven't even ever hit my first 6 figures. I am so, I don't want to say embarrassed to say that, because I don't think having 6 figures was really something that was my awareness until about 5 years ago, when people really started pumping that type of lifestyle up. And I'm kind of glad of it, because it made me think bigger and stretch my mind more as far as what I can do as in my career, what I can do with my life, the types of experiences I can have. But at the same time, I have found myself just trying to do any and everything that I see to get to that goal. Now I want to, again, be more mindful of how I get there, and knowing that there's certain lifestyle things I would want to have besides just having a lot of money, because I was very close to getting to 6 figures at one point, but I ended up burning out, and then my income dropped significantly. And now I'm trying to get back up to that point and beyond, but doing it in a way that is authentic to who I am and how I process information and how I like to navigate the world. So with finances, I'm doing a Sunday sit down where every Sunday I look at my finances, I look at how I spent and how I can move forward towards my first income goals to get me to millionaire status. And the last one is career. Career has been such a frustrating thing for me in the past, because I've never been that person who has known what they wanted to do when they grow up. I really have just gone with the flow. When opportunities come, I take them, or if there's an opportunity that seems interesting, I pursue it and try it. And in some ways that's been good, because I've learned a lot about my strengths and weaknesses and areas I can improve on, or things I'm just totally not interested in. But I know one area that has been really, really of interest to me is being able to speak with confidence, because I feel like people who do videos consistently and have a very persuasive way of speaking that motivates you and inspires you, I really admire that. I also admire salespeople who know how to sell a product or service, but not in a salesy way. I want to be the type of person that can do that, because I think having the skill of communication, being able to communicate clearly and with clarity, and to also be a good listener when you're speaking and understanding people's needs and being able to speak to that, is a goal of mine, because I think it would be awesome to have an uncapped income based off of your speaking and sales skills. That's why on this part of my goals for career, I plan to do videos every day for the next 21 days. So this is video number 1 of my little 21-day sprint of consistency building for myself, so I can achieve my ultimate goals. Now, like I said, consistency has been a thing that I've struggled with over the years that has prevented me from getting to my goals. I am wondering with you, are there any things that you notice that has kept you or held you back from getting to certain goals that you are trying to achieve? And have you like made any plans to move away from that habit? And if they are, I would love to hear what it is. And if you are a person that struggles with consistency like me, do you feel like doing these small 21-day sprints is worth it? I'll let you know how it ends up coming out for me, because we got 21 days together to talk a lot about the good, the bad, and the challenges and the exciting things that have taken place with this goal. All right, that's all I have for now. I will see you in the next video tomorrow. See you then.